Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I don't know about y'all if y'all been following anything with the news concerning police brutality or unarmed shootings lately. There's a couple cases that interested me. There was one in West Palm Beach Police back in 2015. Officers currently being tried for the crimes committed. The victim was shot and killed on the Interstate 95 as he was attempting to try to get his vehicle towed. The officer didn't announce himself, police presence. He didn't say West Palm Beach Police. He didn't have on any police paraphernalia. He was in an unmarked vehicle. He approached the victim. The victim thought he was being robbed, so he pulled his legally concealed carry and attempted to disarm the robber, and the officer shot at the victim. The victim then dropped his weapon, and the officer shot and killed him. On top of that, he did a lot of investigators. He tried to use the stand your ground in fear for his life, and he's currently on trial. He might get sentenced and get some time for it. You have to stand by for the case. Another interesting case was with the Baltimore Police Department, where a sergeant did a hit and run fatality, killing the victim. In panic, another sergeant pulled a BB gun, placed it on the victim to cover it up. And other cases involved with that task unit they were attached to, and now they also being arraigned and tried and investigated for the crime. There's organizations already pushing these issues. They're going to the lobbyists. They're addressing these concerns for the councilmen. They're going before their state representatives. They're going online. They're dealing with these different organizations, and they're the police reform organizations, by the way. And they're still trying to get this stuff pushed. It's too much going on to not be educated, to not be empowered to do something about it in our communities. We have to continue to educate ourselves on the laws. It starts at home. It starts in schools. Our young kids, our young teenagers that are out here, they're some of them are being targeted to the police when they're getting pulled over for whether they broke the law or not. Do they know what to say? Do they know how to respond? A lot of times with the police, and I've been a victim of it as well, we respond in fear because of what we see in the media. We respond in fear because we don't know we're coming home. We don't know what the officer's move. We don't know what his mind is at, so he or she, and therefore we don't know how to react. What do we do? The organization, Rebuilding Community Trust, something I'm starting to continue to push that agenda, to educate everyone, no matter regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of whether we live in a low-income neighborhood, to a middle class or a high-class neighborhood. We need to have education. We need to be able to distinguish our laws. If somebody does something wrong as an officer in the law, they took an oath, we need to hold them accountable. Yes, a lot of African Americans are dealing with this issue. It's common in the African American community. It's still common, and it's, until something's being done, we're still going to be victims and targets. But there are other races that are also dealing with it as well. The media doesn't show it. So my goal is to be able to provide resources and education to our communities, and getting people empowered to get involved in their communities, to go to the citizen review boards, to go to the neighborhood watches, to address these concerns, use the media outlets if necessary, to hold these officers accountable. To also to the officers that are in the job, that we know there's some good ones, and that the officers will be able to empower. Racial profiling is something we have to deal with, we have to address. And a lot of people don't feel like there's nothing can be done because we can't change people's prejudices, but we can educate and we can have a different awareness on it. Can't change people's minds, but we can also empower people to be knowledgeable of what's going on. So in my website, I'm gonna have plenty of resources, plenty of videos talking about these different topics. I encourage you and empower you and implore you actually to get in these websites and get in my website and look at this stuff and take interest and get knowledge. And let's make a difference. Let's make a change. Let's teach our young kids, our teenagers, anyone, whether you're an adult, whether you're a senior citizen, whether you're a younger teenager just starting out high school, we need to know our laws. We need to get involved. We need to teach our kids to respect these school resource officers. To not portray that we're disrespecting police is a good thing, because that's how it starts. That's how racial profiling starts. That's how prejudice start, because we treat officers bad in our schools. We treat our teachers bad in our schools. Then when the officer pulls us over, or we get caught in a situation, the officer might respond differently than when you expect them to. The one that's being questioned or apprehended might respond to the police in a different way, and that's how this stuff starts. So let's educate, let's empower.